Well, church, Abe and I are here to discuss a little bit about the most recent lockdown. The word came out yesterday afternoon, and Abe, I've done something in my life recently where when I get bad news, kind of like this is again, and it's getting kind of to the point where we get sick and tired of it, doing this over and over again. You've done all too much of this in the last year, but giving yourself a bit of a time limit to be upset about it. So give yourself 30 seconds, a minute if you have to really be upset at the government and all the things that they're imposing on us, and then decide to be mature and move on in the right way. And this way, I think we can at least have keep some optimism in our life.
Yeah, I think that's a good principle, a good approach. So with this new announcement here, we had a meeting today. We included some of the key people who are involved in Sunday morning services, like the ushers and worship and Sunday school, and we included them in that, and we discussed and we felt that we were going to continue moving forward with the same principle that we've been operating on the whole last year, and to be consistent, and that is that we will try our best to adhere to the rules. So we're going to aim to honor and respect the 15% capacity for the next 4 weeks, and so that's going to be our aim.
I think that's a good approach, and I think we'll talk a little bit about this Sunday specifically, because this Sunday is Baptism Sunday.
Yes.
And obviously we were looking forward to a big event, and we're very thankful for Tim, and we're praying for him and excited for him. But in this case now, we have to take this into consideration as well for Sunday. And so what we discussed is that for Tim, his family and friends can come to the church to be live at the baptism, and then also the elders. The elderly in the church, that they are welcome to come. And what else?
And obviously, all the people that are involved in the service. If you have something in the service, if you're an usher, sound, you're a part of the service. Obviously, all of them are welcome to be a part of the service as well, to be there. And then most likely, especially for the Sunday, there probably will be some space for visitors, so we'll allow some space there. So that's for this Sunday for baptism. So going forward, what's the plan?
So we have three Sundays left after this, according to what it is now, a 4-week lockdown. And so what we were thinking going forward is that the best way to approach this was to split the church in half. And so half of the people will be invited to come live, while the other half could watch at home on live stream. And so I think here again, what we decided was that we would let the elderly come to every service. So they're welcome to come to every service. And at the same time, anyone who feels vulnerable, maybe that feels that they need to be there, that they need to be at church to get.
Especially if you feel like the live stream is not gonna, you need to be there in person, even though it's only for a month, hopefully. If you feel like you need to be there, please come.
Yeah.
The government is doing everything they say to protect the vulnerable, and we are no different.
Yeah, we want to do at least that.
We want to protect the vulnerable.
Yeah.
So if you need to come, we are not going to turn you away. You're welcome to come.
And I think even for those Sundays, there will be a little bit of room for visitors, right?
A little bit,
We
yeah.
want to shut our doors to that. And then we would also say along with this that if you are perfectly content watching from home for those 3 weeks, you're welcome to do that. And that will leave room for some of the ones that are able to attend every week, and it kind of creates a balance there for everybody.
Yes. So this video will be posted on our social media for people to know, but the specific list of how it gets split in half, that will only be published on our church WhatsApp.
Yeah.
That will not be put on social media. So check out for our church WhatsApp. If you are not on the church WhatsApp, it may mean that you're fairly new to our church, and if that's the case, consider yourself welcome to attend to every service. So you're welcome to come to that. So Johnny, as we're wrapping this up, what would you say, why have we in the last year decided to kind of take this middle ground instead of going, to one far left or far right?
Yeah, I think the temptation is when we're in this situation, especially when you're into over and over again, that eventually you just get tired, right? And I would like to say, please hear us here. We get the frustration, and it's just like, let's just do away with this, who cares? And we get that. And we don't discount that opinion or that approach here, but at the same time, we feel like what has worked really well for our church throughout this whole year is that we have been consistent in saying, look, we're trying to apply some of the things the government wants us to do. We're wearing masks, we're sanitizing, and we're limiting as much as we can that we don't go over the 30% and stuff like that. We've been consistent. Has it always been right on the money? No. And so we've tried to be graceful yet try to not just defy the government's rules. And overall, I think it's consistent. I think even now, that's very important, that we can look back when this is done and say that we took a consistent route throughout the whole thing, and I think there's something to be said for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Because the reality is, if we take a hard line on either side, whether the side is that we totally defy, or whether the side is that we just adhere to everything 100%, even though it maybe doesn't make sense, in either one of those cases, you alienate somebody. And you alienate somebody in the church whose opinions matter. We all matter. We do have some different perspectives here, but your opinion matters. And so that's another reason why taking a middle ground is important, because no matter what, if you take one of those sides, you alienate one of your brothers and sisters in your church family that you're seeking to worship with. And that is also part of the reason why we have decided consistently to kind of take a middle road. So we hope, like Johnny said, that you can hear us and understand that we also hear you, and we understand the frustration of many of these things.
Yeah, and I think just to finalize that, at some point on an individual term, we've all complained or been upset about the government's inconsistency and all this, right? And we're trying to say, well, let's not be that. Let's not be inconsistent, go back and forth. Just we're going to keep a middle road and stay consistent.
So thank you for hearing us. Thank you for your patience, and we'll try to publish a little bit more detail on Church WhatsApp and give some specifics there as well.
Perfect.
So thank you, John.
Yeah, thanks.